Alright, what's up everybody? This is the Osmo.com NHL DFS Strategy show. And it'll be kind of a different show today because we only have one game to talk about. And, we can only talk about Pit 1 for so long before everybody knows to play Pit 1. But we haven't really had just the showdown slate. And I don't know. We'll talk about some showdown strategy, mostly go over some stuff that happened this weekend on lineup study, talk about Yahoo Fantasy Sports. As always, we've got some free stuff. We will have a show tomorrow. It will be at least me and maybe someone else, possibly Cliffy, possibly Nolan, or maybe by myself. I'm not exactly sure. We do have projections up on the site. No ownership projections today because we don't have it set up for Showdown. I'm only playing on DK today because I don't really like FanDuel's single game format. And I kind of do like that they added a captain spot. So we'll just go over rules and see where this stream takes us. If anybody hasn't played Showdown before, I like playing Showdown NHL. And I really like that they added a captain spot, especially with a sport that, correlation matters a ton. So it made sense that they would add a captain spot and maybe reward some players that are more meticulous about creating their lineups. So we'll see. This will be an interesting one. Yahoo Daily Fantasy Sports. They do. Wait, does Yahoo have? Is this correct? Yahoo has a single game. No, this is for tomorrow. Okay, I was like, what is going on here? No, so this counts for today and tomorrow. Maybe I'll play some of these over on Yahoo. $12. You see the nice management fee there, just 11.3%. That's about as good as it gets across the industry. You're not going to find many contests for NHL that are better than that. Yeah, I think stacking is still important. Anyways, promo code Osmo is how you get up to $30 in Yahoo Sports rewards points on your first deposit. They've got a bunch of other good contests as well. So obviously the NHL, they'll have, I'm sure, some nice contests as well. Seth, we're doing a show on a one-game slate. Come on. What do you think they pay me for here? Seth's for sure playing too. Don't let Seth call you a degen. He is definitely playing the showdown tonight. There's no doubt in my mind. The play on Yahoo is to fade Pittsburgh today. I mean, why would you do that? I don't think I would. I think Pittsburgh, it's a good thing that Pittsburgh is not on tomorrow's slate, I think, because they would probably be obscene chalk. I haven't even looked at the slate, but yeah, I mean, couldn't really be a better spot, to be honest. They'll be overowned. Yeah, that's a fair point, I suppose. People don't want to wait. And you can late swap on Yahoo. So obviously you'll be able to edit your stuff tomorrow once you see lines. So if you just want to fade Pittsburgh on Yahoo, you could do that. Maybe Seth's onto something there. Golf, we've got that starting up. We have some promos coming up for that. It is a 3 Eastern lock time over on Yahoo. $20 contest. And then we have 12.5% management fee, 5K to first. Flatter payout structure than you're going to see elsewhere. Yeah, there's going to be some good spots tomorrow for sure. I think it's a 9-gamer. So that'll be a good one. And then it's New Year's Eve, so maybe you'll catch some people not paying attention if there's possible late line changes. I'm sure that's going to be a possibility. So a lot to like on tomorrow's slate as well. NBA contest. Yahoo always has a nice either $10, $15, I guess in today's case, 50K baller, 10K to first, management fee much lower once again. And then NFL, let's see. I haven't looked too much at their Saturday contests for NFL. So they're doing the 4-game slate as well. Looks like that's the general consensus. Nice. 15K to first, 150K baller. That looks this looks pretty good to me. So surely going to be playing some NFL on Yahoo, donating to all of you guys as I usually do in NFL. Man, yesterday was brutal. I thought week 17 just no one loses, so I just figured I would just fire up the optimizer, fire up Fantasy Cruncher, and just let it ride. And it did not work out for me, so hopefully it worked out for some of you guys. So I donated quite a bit back. Expert survey, when it comes out today for NBA, is free, so go try that out. It'll be unlocked at some point. I don't know if they're doing likes for that or what. We also have college football stuff from Ben Raza from today. I think that slate might have just locked, but you might be able to catch some stuff for the late slate, the late games in this article. So go check that out as well. No cheat sheets today because it's a 1-game slate. What else do I have up here? Line of study, Yahoo. Yeah, I want a sweater too. I'm thinking about just taking. Well, I'm not thinking about it. I'm probably just gonna take the money. I don't know. Like what jersey would I wear? I don't know. I don't really wear hockey jerseys. I don't like how they feel on me. I guess I was never a hockey player, and so I don't really see myself wearing it. I don't really know. I guess I could hang it up or something. I don't know. We'll see. I doubt I'm going to actually take the jersey. But what are you gonna get? Did you win one? Sublime 7887. I don't know. What's the consensus there? Are you getting a jersey? Is everyone else getting a jersey? Donate it to a good cause? Well, why wouldn't I just donate the money though? Right? $200 probably go a much longer way than a jersey. Nightbot reminding me, get 50% off your first week of any Osmo Plus weekly package with promo code Hit the Ice. All right, they're saying to take the money. Yeah, so it is a weekly thing only. It doesn't any longer work on the monthly, but still something there. Half a week is on us, the other half is on you, and then maybe you come by, you get in Slack, and you fall in love with what we have to provide here at osmo.com. Fix my mic here. All right. We don't have the lineup builder loaded today. I think something to do with it being a single game slate. So, actually, let's go over a lineup study quick, and then we'll go into like Fantasy Cruncher, and maybe we could talk about some rules. If you guys have thoughts on rules that you like setting up or things you want us to discuss, that might be pretty helpful. But I'm playing this slate for sure because I want to. I don't want to go in cold when we just get the single game slates during they'll probably do them for the semifinals and then the Stanley Cup finals. So there'll be like a few weeks of that where you're just getting single game slates, which stinks. But I think that's gonna be more fun this year with this captain spot. I like it a lot. Unless you get Eichel jersey he owes you, maybe he will autograph it. Yeah, maybe I should win back some Eichel money. All right, so this was yesterday. Let's look quick. I played this slate. Didn't really have much success, but not gonna have success every night. B. Kreider, pretty familiar name up there. YCMMAT. I don't know how to pronounce that, but anyways, I saw him up there for a while, and ended up finishing fourth. I thought he was kind of a lock to win it. It seemed like he had all the PMR, so maybe someone got there in the end, but Cheese Balls took it down. One entry. Seems like this happens all the time, but it was Barkov, Huberdeau, no Dadonov, so left off, not the full Florida 1 stack. Domi Tatar, Petrie. Not a lot of correlation there. Gio, Ekblad, his other two defensemen, so he went 3 defensemen. Yeah, I would definitely get a Yossi jersey. I like the call there. That's a nice one. And then Tanner Pearson one off. Oops. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of this lineup. Not something that I would probably end up on. But it wasn't like a small slate, but I would like a little bit more correlation, to be honest. That'd be my only thing. But it ended up working out here. I mean, he hit the complete nuts basically. Let's look what he did here. In fact, let's look at exposures here. I know he's more aggressive. Wow. Petrie, Ekman Larson, his two defensemen. Petrie really good. Ekman Larson not so much. So he had 70%. What is that? 13 lineups out of 20. No, that's not right. 14 lineups out of 20. Jeez. Math's easy for me. Monahan, Gaudreau, Backlund was his top stack. Barkov, he was double the field on the Barkov line. So that ended up working out, it appears. Stamkos line, they were pretty disappointing. No goalies in FanDuel. Yeah, I don't get that. I guess goalie's super random. I don't know. I'd rather have them include goalie just for the sake of like more different combinations on a single game slate. Like in NFL, DraftKings includes kickers, and they don't have kickers normally. Like it's just another position for hopefully other people to make mistakes on, or sometimes they're really good values. But it's not like tonight we've got I don't even know. It's like 3,000. Yeah, 3,000. No, 2,300 entries is the biggest tournament. So yeah, there might be some dupes here and there, but I'm not too concerned about it. It's not like one of these NFL tournaments where it's like 100 people tying for first, and you're still tying for first. You're still doing okay. But I don't pay attention to. I'm not gonna worry about dupes that much tonight. Like if it's a good lineup, it's a good lineup. It's only 2,300 entries. Yes, Pitt 1's going to be obscene chalk, but who cares? Who cares? If they're going to be the nuts, then differentiate in your other few spots. That's what I would do. Or maybe leave someone off. So I finished. Actually, I didn't do too bad. I profited in this tournament. Cashed a bunch. Top one was 18th, so I was just in the mix with everyone else, I guess. I was never really competing. I don't think I was either blocked or, I had some pretty poor performances. Emac's playing tonight. He's playing this single game NHL slate. He's trying to hit the apples and Genos, I suppose. Emac just grinds on the low key, just playing NHL DFS. He was grinding the showdowns last year. He was always DMing me his screenshots of like 5xing and all this stuff. Seems like every night. So let's check out Saturday. Saturday went very well for me, actually. Ran incredibly hot in the $10. And so I had a ton of Pitt 1. And so I profited a bunch. I ended up taking down first. The check was up there. This guy's been playing really well in NHL DFS. I don't know if he played a ton last year. Maybe he did. I'm just missing it. But it seems like he's been at the top a bunch. And doesn't always play the 150 is what I've noticed with him. It's a lot of times 100 or something like that. Brick was up there as well. With Pitt 1, it was a pretty high-scoring night. I usually don't do that well on those nights. But this one, I wasn't really even on... let's see. So the top lineup, my top lineup was Malkin, Russ Gensel, 3-3 with Theodore, Klingberg, and then Georgiev. He ended up getting the save bonus and got the win in OT. And then Theodore had 3 points later in the night. So ended up doing really well. There was that stat correction thing. So I think we all had, like the top few guys all had Pitt 1, so it didn't really matter. I think this person was the first one without Gensel. They took an assist away from him. So I think that affected their money. It didn't affect mine, which, you never want to be on the wrong side of of a stat correction, so I thought I might be, but it ended up working out. I wasn't really on Rangers 2 even. Like, I don't even know. I had... Where are they at? Okay, I had 5% of them, so whatever. But it wasn't like one of my higher owned stacks. That's actually more than I would have guessed that I would have had of Rangers 3 or Rangers 2. I don't know. I guess I had 4%. I had probably some power play stacks that snuck in there trying to run the triple wing Sharks or the Stars. I think on this night were also triple wings. So I really only had 4%, 6 lineups out of 150, and one of them ended up doing some things. Well, maybe it was even less. Maybe it was 5 lineups, 3 lineups. Yeah, don't fade Rust. Come on, you never fade Rust. Rust is the GOAT, and he's also really cheap on DK, so it's incredibly easy to make lineups tonight. Like, you can fit in Pit 1 pretty easily and still play real players. So let's see. As far as this game goes, Ottawa versus Pittsburgh, I don't actually know if we're going to need to worry about matchups that much. I mean, it's Ottawa. It's a huge total for the Penguins. I like multi-entering these slates because you give yourself a chance at a bunch of different scenarios hitting, and just hopefully put a lineup in the top 1% and then hope it goes your way after that. That's basically what we're trying to do. Pit 1 plus Hornquist. You could do that. I actually don't think I have a lot of Hornquist. So you can only play 70 lineups tonight, so I don't know how I'm going to survive not playing 150, right? But yeah, it looks like there are some pretty decent options for really cheap. I'm playing a ton of Pit 1. It looks like about 70% of my lineups right now have a Pit 1 captain. That's just the way it's gonna go, and I don't really see a reason to avoid them here. I think, like I said, I think you just differentiate elsewhere, and whatever happens. But it just seems incredibly likely that they're going to at least score a goal tonight. Been one of the best lines in the NHL, and now you get a good matchup, benefit of home ice. Maybe they don't see a ton of time against the Pajot line, and they're just going to eat these other lines up. I don't know how they don't. So my favorite captains are the Pit 1 guys, but I think you should also be considering like a Letang or someone like that. If you're going to an Ottawa captain, Tkachuk seems to be the top option, but it just depends what kind of rules you're setting up. So I think it's really easy to build good lineups with an optimizer, a ton of them per usual, but like I don't really want to play too many Ottawa captains, to be honest. I'm looking to play basically all in on Pitt, and it's not even me trying to go all in on Pitt. It just, those are the best lineups that I can come up with is Pittsburgh lineups, Pittsburgh onslaughts. If you want to do something like this where you stack, if you want to do like a stack like this and then maybe a 2-man and just do only Pitt, you could run a bunch of teams just like this. These have Alex's projections in over on Fantasy Cruncher, but you're going to want to take guys like this maybe out of your captain spot. Sure, Boro could I guess he could score a goal or have a multi-point game, but it's not like he's super cheap. So I still want to play like the obvious guys in the captain spot and be a little bit weird with the flex spot more than anything. Like I I could care less about playing Boro in the captain spot. I think you're probably either playing someone like Duclair, Kachuk, or maybe Pajot. Pajot's a little bit overpriced. Maybe he goes a little bit underowned. Yeah, I mean, I guess he's not that expensive. But like Duclair's overpriced, but like this is a guy that has a high range of outcomes because he will there be Century Tournament of Champions talk on Yahoo? On Osmo. I don't even know what that is, to be honest. What is that? Is that golf? I'm sure there will be. If it is golf. I'm tired today. So I like building with the Pit Onslaught. I think Onslaughts are probably not going to be... Well, maybe in this game they're going to be used quite a bit, but I think in general, like once we get to the playoffs, like I'd rather hope for a one-sided game and just catch a bunch of the goals. Like it feels like everybody likes to do 3-3 or 4-2, and they want to be balance building in these showdown slates for any sport. And I'm more apt to be a little bit more aggressive on building onslaughts because the correlation does matter, but also just I think they're probably underutilized in NHL, where you can stack multiple lines like this, or you could even go 2-2 and maybe you want to X out some of these Ottawa captains. Not those guys. Maybe you want to X out some of these cheap guys. Actually, you could do this with the filters and just do, let's say, anybody that's below 12 projected points as a captain. You just X them out and now see what happens. See, that's much more. I'd much rather do something like that than like play a cheap guy and jam in all the other expensive skaters. I don't even know if I would want to play something like this, where Shabbat's the only guy you play in the captain spot. In the captain spot, I want to probably play someone that I have correlation to. So if I'm playing Malkin in the captain spot, which everyone's going to, and rightfully so, probably, then you want to play some mixture of guys like Gensel, Rust, Letang, maybe Hornquist for the power play one. Equity, or not equity, power play one correlation. And this is my only Ottawa player on a Pit Onslaught. Yeah, I think that's where you'd want to punt with someone like Ennis or Boro, although he's not even that big of a punt. And just take someone like I'm getting some Nick Paul lineups as well. And then, like Ennis, he's cheap enough. I think he is on the top power play still. So there's some merit in playing guys like that. But what I'm trying to do is also like just build a variety of different looking teams. And so maybe for a set of your stacks, a set of your lineups, you might do something like this, where you can only play 50% of a line or of a team, and then get a more balanced portfolio of lineups. But you're going to want to set up how much Yari are you getting to? Let's see. Is he in here? Where's he at? Oh, I got to set up my sheet here. Okay, so I don't have Yari included in my crunch, right? No, yes I do, in my crunch, but not in my exposure sheet. So let me fix this for you guys. Oh man. All right. Well, either way, I know I'm playing a bunch of Yari. Let me try to. Tristan Yari. Oh, I see. I've got an error in my sheet. I'm going to play a bunch of Yari, though. Like, at captain, I'm probably going to play like 10 to 15% of him out of my 70 lineups, and then I think he makes for a pretty good throw in a Pittsburgh onslaught if you can afford that. You know what I have to do is increase the number of players against my goalie. Maybe we'll do 2 or 3, and now see what we can get to. And he's not really coming up with our projections all that much. Oh, we have Matt Murray. Why is this all buggy? Yeah, let's X out Matt Murray. Let's X out to Smith, and there we go. We got 10% of Captain Matt Murray. Up the randomness. There we go. You know, for these slates too, I would probably up the randomness for the goalies as well. Like have it higher than your skaters, just because if Hogberg has a good game, it's likely he's going to put up a massive score, and like you might even be able to play some Hogberg captain lineups without any other Ottawa players. It would be a little bit of a stretch, but like if you allowed for 5 players against your goalie, which is the max, obviously, I think you could paint a scenario where that actually could end up being the nuts, which seems crazy, but here, let's X out Matt Murray as a captain. I don't know why he's still in our projections right now. I'll go fix that if need be. Yeah, so like this one you're playing, like the salary is fine, but you're playing 2 fourth liners. I don't know that I'm really pumped about doing that. I think just set up groups or somehow set up some rules where you're limiting maybe the amount of defensemen to 1 player or 2 players from the same team, or if you only want to use 1 defenseman in each lineup, that might be something to consider. You could set up a rule to stack your captain with at least maybe at least 1 player. Maybe you might want to do 2 players here, 1 or 2. Oops, that was a limit rule. So you'd stack your captain with at least 1 player of center, wing, D from same team. So you're going to have some hopefully built-in correlation if you do end up using groups. But like this lineup right here, there you go. You got Letang. All right, so if Letang's one of the top scorers or the top scorer, who else probably does well? Okay, Malkin, pretty good candidate, as is Gensel, as is Rust. All in the top power play with Letang. Going to skate a bunch with him at 5-on-5, very likely. And then you've got your one-off guys. And that looks actually pretty good to me. Nice onslaught there. You've got a full stack, a full 4-man, your one-off Ottawa punt. You hope that Paul gets in on an assist or puts a couple shots on goal. He's 2K, so you're just doing this to fit in the Pittsburgh onslaught, basically. Let's look at some of these other ones. Like this probably wouldn't. I don't know if this would be a lineup I would play. Tristan Yari, captain, that's perfectly fine. You've got a full stack against him. Duclair, Tierney, Nemestikov, that's probably fine. But like this, Simone, Yari, and Rust are your 3 skaters. Or your 3 guys you're playing on Pittsburgh. I don't know. It seems like, yeah, maybe you donk the unassisted goal or something like that from Simone. But for me, it's probably a package deal in that if I'm playing Rust, I'm trying to jam in one of Gensel or one of Gensel, Malkin, or Letang, either in the captain spot or as an additional flex as well. That line is just I'm basically all in on that line. Galchenyuk, Cahoon, McCann, I think also is going to get really good matchups against Ottawa 2 and 3. Really the only one you don't want to go up a ton against is Ottawa 1. And an elite line like Pitt 1, I don't even think that matters. So just, if you haven't played Showdown in NFL, what I would suggest is just think out your lineups as you're doing them, whether with groups or your hand building. Think about the way in which that lineup could become the nut lineup if you're playing large field tournaments. I think this lineup looks pretty good. Good correlation there. Letang, Hornquist. He's not going to be a popular captain because he's third line and because he's not super cheap. Yeah. I don't know if I would play. Man, that one's interesting. But I'm playing a lot of the good players tonight, which I think you guys should consider as well. Like, people think that in Showdown you have to get crazy and play some $200 guy, or I guess in the NHL case, it's $2,000. I think is what's the lowest salary we got tonight? Yeah, $2,000, $3,000 captain. You just play. I would just play the top captains. I would play the obvious guys and then build after that. Have some sort of cutoff point. Only play the good players. Not only play the good players. I mean, you could punt with someone. Like talking about, you can definitely punt, but in general, I think a lot of your players should, your top exposures, I think, tonight. And my top guys are Gensel, Rust, Malkin, Letang is going to be up there for me. And it's just kind of a flat drop down with my exposures running 70 lineups in. Play the guy who gets a hat trick. That's also pretty smart. That's what I would be looking to do as well. But can't really plan for that all that much. So if you guys got any more questions, I'm here right now if anything comes to mind, or if you're in Slack, if you want to talk about building groups or whatever. I'll be around. Got to go shovel my driveway because we've got a pretty nasty storm happening right now. But I'll be around before lock, and we'll probably end pretty soon here. Actually, we'll probably end this right about now once I run through everything. Yahoo Daily Fantasy Sports is the sponsor. Promo code AWESEMO gets you up to $30 in Yahoo Sports rewards points. Never going to happen, Seth. I've tried that one before. The strategy syllabus for NBA is free today. If you want to go check that out, I don't know if it's posted just yet, but when it is, it will be unlocked as free. So go use that if you're playing the NBA slate. I'm chilling in Florida. Yeah, must be nice. What else do we have today? PGA content is coming out for the Thursday slate. If you guys are PGA players, Yahoo might be a pretty good place to check that out. We've got a bunch of content coming out for that. And then NBA will be today and tomorrow. I'm not sure about the New Year's Day slate. Thank you. I appreciate that, Sublime. NHL will have a normal show tomorrow, normal time. And New Year's Day, I don't think there will be a show. It is a single game slate. But yeah, we'll probably pass on that one. I don't think too many people are going to be playing that slate. And anyways, thanks for joining. And hopefully you guys find some luck on Showdown tonight. Good luck.